19th. We're in Daniel, Perek Yud, and let's get started. Okay, so just a little background. So we're holding now in the third year of Koresh. Now, it didn't say this here, but we have an Ezra. We know in the first year of Koresh, Koresh gave permission to build the Beis Hamikdash. A Klal Yisrael goes to build the Beis Hamikdash. They go down with 42,000 people with Zerubbabel. They go down to Yerushalayim, and then it got stopped. Okay, it's just important information for the share, but that's what ends up happening. And then later on, by the Yavish the second, they had to get permission. They built the Bayis Sheni. So let's get started and let's go. So B'Shna Shlosh Koresh Melech Paras, in the third year of Koresh. Well, now Davar Nigla Daniel. The following thing that was revealed to Daniel. It's interesting. He says here that his name was Balshat. So it's interesting why it says that here. Like, what's the significance? The Emes Hadavar, and he says that it says is Emes. It's true. It's Savar Gadol, and it says it's going to happen over a long time. Ubin Kol Davar, and the purpose of this idea is Ubin Eloi B'Mara. The purpose is to make him understand what it's about, and it was told to him through a Mara. Okay, today's share, it's going to be very interesting. We're going to have visions, but it's to talk about how we were scared, but at the end of the day, we don't really get into the deep Mara until tomorrow. So today's share is kind of a lead up to tomorrow's share. Now, okay, now. He says like this. In those days, I need Daniel. I was mourning 3 weeks, Yom of days. It wasn't me 3 weeks of days. So Mepharshim explained that since he had permission to build the Beis Hamikdash, so they were all happy about them. But then as soon as it was taken back, so he had that veilus, and they were all mourning the fact that they weren't able to do that. And it was 3 weeks days. It wasn't 3 weeks days because he didn't fast over Shabbos. So it was really 24 days. Okay. So 3 weeks is 21 days, but minus Shabbos, it's going to be 3 weeks, but days wise, it's only 21 days. Okay, and when were and it's merumas to the 3 weeks that we have between Shabbos B'Tam and Tisha B'Av. Okay, now that's I did. Now then during that time, lechem chamudas la'echalti. I didn't have any lechem chamudas, any delicious bread or basav yain loy ba pi. I didn't have any wine. The soich la'echzati. I didn't anoint myself. Until these 3 weeks were finished. So, in other words, he's saying this during this time, either between the Abravanel and the Malbim, whether it was a full fast or just that either it was a full fast that he didn't eat at night, or it was a full fast that he maybe ate every few days. It's possible. But some people say, but the Malbim says that he fasted by day. No, not the Malbim. The Abravanel says it wasn't really fast. It just means that I didn't have during that time chamudos. I didn't have basar, but it wasn't a real. Anyways, now during this time, now what happens? So he makes this fast. Now, but Yomi Eser Rabban on the 24th day. Why the 24th day? So Mepharshim will learn it was a Chodesh Nissan. It started, and now if we do 3 weeks, but we don't fast on Shabbos, so you can have 24 days. You got that? Start with Chodesh Nissan. And you have 3 weeks, so that's 21 days. But if you minus Shabbos, 3 Shabbos, you have 24 days. Now, he says, on the 24th day, the Chodesh Harishon, in the 4th month, I was by Yad Godol, who Chideko. I was by this river. Now, a few points. First of all, so either the pshat was that it was Chodesh Nisan, and it was the 24th day. So it seemed like he did that year, the first will bring down that the Chari didn't have the Dal Kaisis because it was Daicha the morning, right? It was Daicha the Abakais. That's one way. The other way to learn is that it means it was a Chajrisha, means the Chajrisha of when Koresh became the Melech. That's another way to learn. Anyways, fine. So he has this vision. He's by Nar Chideka. Okay, Avi, you good? Yeah. Okay. Now what happens? Pasuk Hey, and I lift my eyes and I see V'hinei Ish Echad Lavash Badim. I see suddenly I have a vision of somebody wearing linen clothing. It's a Malach Gavril. Of Masach Gurim, and his loins were growing. Were girded. He means he has wearing a belt. Kesim uppers, and he's wearing, and it's pure gold. So suddenly Daniel has a vision, and in the vision he sees he's by Nar Chidekel, that's one of the rivers going into Gan Eden. And by this river he suddenly sees a person, which is Malach Gavril, and he's dressed in white, and he has a gold belt around him with pure gold, or Rashi means that maybe he's gems and pearls on the belt, whatever it was. And what happens? But Gviyasai, and his color is like a Gviyasai Tarshish. It's like the Tarshish gem. So Rashi brings down it's like tchelas. So he suddenly sees this malach by the river, and he's white with gold, and he's like a greenish bluish color, and upanav kamar bar, and it looked like barak, like lightning, like his ve'inav kalpidamesh, and his eyes were like flames of fire, and his araisa begalusav, and his hands and his arms were ke'ein nechayshis kolol. It was like polished copper, the cold varav and kol haman, and he was speaking very loud. The malach. Now, just before I explain what's the idea of the white is means harachamim, and what's the idea of the gold belt is that means adin, and the idea of the lightning in the eyes is like this type of thing, like we couldn't understand what's happening. And then Daniel says, when I start seeing the vision, suddenly Ani Daniel Levadi, suddenly me Daniel, I was alone, I was by myself, and Nashim Shayimi, the people that were with me, they didn't see it. They ran away. They ran into hiding. The Gemara says, Megillah, who are these people? It was Chagaz Chaim Alachi. They were all standing with Daniel. And they suddenly, they didn't hear the Mara, but they felt the Mara. And the Gemara brings down that sometimes you could, if something happens, your neshama feels it. So the neshama of Chagaz Chaim Alachi, they were Nevi'im, they felt it. But Daniel, he didn't, the Gemara, it's interesting. The Gemara says that one day he was greater, one day they were greater. He was greater, he was able to, he didn't run away. On the other hand, they actually felt it. Anyways, what? Exactly. Very good. Because he wasn't a Navi. Although this Gemara shows maybe he is a Navi, he's listening. It's very schwer because Rashi brings down all the Nevi'im, it brings down, I think it brings down Daniel as well. Anyways, so how about he's standing there with these people, with Chagaz and Malach, and suddenly he sees the Malach, and they also, but they didn't see it, they just ran away because they got scared. Okay. What happens? So now Daniel, I was left alone. The era as a Mara Gedola Azois, and I see in this vision, and when I see in this vision that's happening with Malach, I lost all my energy, and I was knocked out. And my face, I had like my face turned, and like a horrible appearance. At that point, he had no energy left. Okay, and I heard, I hear that I was listening. Kashmaya called Varav, and I heard the words of the Malach. To the point that because of he was so scared that he fell on his face. He literally just like fainted. Okay, because the Bible says it happened slowly, like it happened like little by little. First, he as was happening until he just that's the shot. Like it says, if I heard first, and then I hear it, and then I fell on my face, and then I fell to the ground. Like he just got terrified. Okay, so now Daniel's like in this vision, he's laying on the floor, and he's okay. Yad negabay, and suddenly a hand touches me. Taneni al and then, which is the Malach. The Malach touches Malach Gabriel, now touches Daniel. And we had it earlier, and the Malach touched me, wakes up from his faint, and then he got up on his knees. And the palm, meaning he got up. Okay, now what happens? So now he gets up. So now the Malach tells him, Daniel ish chudas. This is the second time we have this. Daniel, you pure, cherished person. He says, stand up. I'm gonna tie. I came to tell you some important information. Okay. And as he told him this, he was trembling, Daniel. So it was just there's all like this crazy vision that's happening. He's telling him something, and he's fainting, and what's he gonna tell him? We'll see soon. Actually, when it gets to tomorrow. But the point is the lead up to it. He's terrified. But Yomi, he tells him, "Atir Daniel, don't be afraid. Why should he be afraid? From as soon as you already started to fast, right? You have a pasuk your base. As soon as you understood to make a tightness, so as soon as the Mach tells him, why are you so afraid? Don't be afraid. Already when you started to fast, already at that point, you were accepted in Shemayim with Tfilis, and that's why it came down. Now, the Gemara brings the tightness, the famous Gemara. The Gemara says that at a certain point, the Gemara brings the Gemara says that Bzeira says there was a point that there wasn't rain, so we know when there's no rain, what do you do? Make a fast. What happened was, close. What happened was a Gzeira then that they said no fasting. Because they didn't want to show the Karchat Tefillah. The guy said no fasting. So Gemara says, you should just make a Kabbalah's tightness. And the fact that you make a kabbalah, that's enough. And that's the Gemara brings down from our pasuk Daniel.
If you do a kabbalah,
that's our Gemara. Zak the Gemara. Zaka, what's our pasuk? The pasuk says, as soon as the day, as soon as you set on your heart, lahavin, a silence to make the fast, even if you didn't fast, just the fact that you even had in mind to fast, that itself is enough that it feels to already miskabel. Yeah, that's the Gemara for our pasuk. Okay, pasuk you get Weiter. Now, Basar Malchus Paras, and now he tells him the following. Now it's a little bit encrypted. He says like this. So now Malch Gabriel says, look, I'll just say it outside, maybe I'll say it inside. He says, really, I was come to you earlier. But why could I come to you earlier? Because I was having a whole fight with the Shemayim with the Malchus Paras. Malchus Paras, he wanted to extend Malchus Paras. He wanted to extend the Paras, but he said really the time is over, and Paras is over, and we're going now into Yavan. And I couldn't come. I was fighting with him the whole time for these 21 days. And that's why I came now. I came afterwards. But really, I would have came earlier. That's the next pasuk. The Samach Paras, really, he says that the Malach Paras and Shemayim was going against me. For 21 days. And then Machal came. He's one, we know Machal is always the one that's there, advocates for Israel. And when Machal came, he came to help me in Shemayim. So now he helped me, so kind of thing, whatever this means. So now I was able to come now to give you this message. And now, but before that, he's saying, but before I was alone, and therefore, since I was alone with Paras, I couldn't come to tell you that you don't have to worry, everything's be good, and it feels already as Kabbal. Okay, Pasuk Dalit. I came now to tell you, what's going to happen to Klai Yisrael. He says, really, the nevuah is, I want to tell you what's to happen at the end of the days of Klai Yisrael, what's going to be at the end. Ki oid chazayin liyamim. And he says, and he kind of hints, he said, there's going to be another vision coming. Like, there's a lot more to say about this, and that's going to be the next two Perakim. We're going to have very, very interesting dreams about Mashiach and that's okay, right there. But now, Pasuk Tazvav. Now, B'daber Imi, and we were speaking of Dvar Me'ela, Satil Pnei Arza. Again, so now as he was speaking again, he says, Satil Pnei Arza, now Malti. His face turned to the ground and he became mute. He couldn't even speak. Okay, and now it says, and now the Malch changed from being a Malch of Gabriel to a Malch looking. He turned into the most of an Adam. Why? So the Yehuda brings down the reason is because he wanted to say, calm down, I'm just a person. You can talk to me, I'm a person. But then the Bible says what happened was the other way around. So now all of a sudden he turned into a person. Now he got more scared because he got used to that different Malch. Now also he turns back to person. So it kind of it worked backwards. So then it says, so then the most of a person, which means the Malch touched me in my lips, and opened my mouth, and he spoke, and he said, the next he said to the people opposite me, he said, he says, there's in the vision that what? And hefchu tziri alai, and when this happened, my little lush in my inner organs turned inside of me, rushing me down like it felt like it was being dislocated. His organs would be moved around. And then Daniel was saying, how could such the daber im adonizeh? Daniel was telling him, how could I talk to you? I'm so scared. And he says, even now, if I have no strength inside of me, I have no breath inside of me. Like, I'm complete. Even all of this, he's so scared. He's terrified for this crazy vision that happened to Achsa Yom. Okay. He's saying even after telling him all this, still he was out of energy. Okay. And it's still he didn't change the way he looked like a Malach. And he gave him chizuk. So the Malach now went ahead and was trying to give him energy to get through it, whatever that means. Again, he tells him again, don't be worried, it's you, Daniel. Shalom lach, it's me peace. Chazak. Be strong, be firm, be strong. You're good. Because meaning when he spoke to him and Patrick saying he got strong and Daniel got stronger and stronger. He said, so now he got strong. He said, okay, tell me, I got strong. In other words, tell me now I'm good now. I'm good. Finally, you gave me a lot of chizik, the malach. Okay. Now here he goes. So now it starts, and tomorrow we're gonna finish. He says, do you know why I came to you? So the Farsh explains, it's a rhetorical question. He's saying is, you know why I came? I just explained to you. I came because what? I came to let you know that I want to let you. I came to almost comfort you. I didn't come to scare you. I just come to tell you. And he tells him, "Fa'ata Oshav." Now I have to leave. I have to go fight him. I have to continue the fight with Paras. Now, why is he continuing the fight? So the way the Barbanel learns it up is that the reason why he came originally to tell because he was a Sabel because Koresh rescinded the permission to build the Beis Hamikdash. So now he's saying I have to go back to continue the fight because we have to actually get the Beis Hamikdash built. Because we know what, and that's all learning that because the pasuk says the second year, third year Koresh, which is if you again Rashi doesn't learn this. I'm just giving you a heads up if you go learn Rashi, but he learns it's a third year Koresh, which is between getting permission and between actually building before the Yavish number 2. So that's the time, and that's what he's saying. It's I have to go back, I have to continue this fight. And he says, and as I leave, Sar Yovan Ba. When I leave, Gabriel's saying I leave, then the Sar Yovan is going to come. Basically, Gabriel's saying that the way the first one, he's saying like this. He's saying that during Paras it wasn't so bad for Klai. So why? Because me, Gabriel, I was advocating. But now when I leave, the Yavans will come, and that's a stronger Galus in the come. But I'll tell you, I want to let you know. Let me give you a heads up of what's going to happen. If I give you a heads up, so therefore the pain won't be as strong because I'm comforting you by letting you know what's going to happen. And he says Esar Shum, and what's to happen is first of all it's marked down already, it's written down, it's inscribed, and Ksav Emes, it means it's the truth, and not only that the way the first one it's irrevocable. Meaning what's to happen, being that it's a Rishum and a Ksav Emes, which means it's totally it's right. It's
set in stone.
Set in stone. And he said, no. The little Taj says, none of the people in Shemayim could support me in the fight with these Xeris. And meaning he's saying like this, saying there's no one in Shemayim except Ki im Mechol Sarcham. Only Mechol. Mechol is the only one. Because you know Mechol is the famous Malach that's there for Klai. So he's saying is the only one in Shemayim that can help me fight against what Yavan's going to do is going to be Mechol. Because Mechol he can do it in a supernatural way. But Stam Malachim at Shemayim, they can't be. They have no koyach, but Mechol could possibly help, and that's the end. And then now tomorrow he's going to go into the nevuah of what it's actually going to happen. Okay, have a nice day.